Joining us now on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline is a man who is ready for tough competition, tough games. Bring it on. His name is Connor Pay, offensive lineman. He stands at 6 feet 6 inches tall. He's listed at 295 pounds. He's big, and he's making his debut. Connor, welcome to BYU Sports Nation.
Happy to be here.
Hey, did I get your height and weight correct? If not, you can correct that now.
No, you got it right.
Oh, right. Okay. We're off to a good start.
Excellent.
We're off to a good start. Connor, let's start with this question. Why did you decide that BYU is the program for you, man?
Well, it kind of all started with my dad playing there, and I'd gone to games my entire life, and it always been my dream to go to BYU. But then, you start to bring in different scholarship offers. You have to look around because you got to make the right decision for you. And just going through that whole process, I just kept coming back to the environment on the campus at BYU and the family atmosphere within the football team, which is something that I was really attracted to. And so I think that kind of ended making the final decision for me, that I knew I wanted to be a Cougar. And I kind of came to that realization when Coach Detmer got fired, because that's when I was like, oh, man, we lost most of the offensive staff. And that's when I was just kind of looking around, looking at other schools and stuff. And then it just kind of came back to, well, I want to go to BYU because that's where I want to go to school. Not only is that where I want to go to football, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. And yeah, you want to have a successful athletic career, but you also need, to go to school as well. So was your dad Dennis or Gary?
Gary.
Gary. Is your uncle Dennis?
Yes.
Okay. And both play. Okay. So your dad was a 264-pound center. It's a different era, man. And then your uncle Dennis was a 245-pound lineman. It's kind of different now. You have to have a little more weight these days, don't you?
Yeah.
When did you decide, or when did you decide, okay, the staff has changed, but I still want to go to BYU? Like, what was the moment like, or what swayed you to be like, oh, I still want to go to BYU?
Well, it was a few days, like 4 or 5 days after they announced that the offensive staff was kind of up in the air and that Coach Detmer was no longer the coordinator. And I had kind of just been like, those for the last 2 years, the whole time I had been committed, those were the guys that I was expecting to play for. And that's why I kind of came back to, well, I still get the feeling that BYU is the place for me and that that's where I need to go. And so it was a lot of prayer and stuff and asking God to help me out with this decision. And I just came back to the student life and the school, how good their programs are, because whether football works out for me or not, I'm going to need that degree to set me up for the rest of my life. And I just thought BYU was the best opportunity for that for me.
BYU football signee Connor Pay, an offensive lineman, with us on BYU Sports Nation. At this point, Connor, how much do you know about your new offensive coordinator, Jeff Grimes?
Not too much right now. I got to know him a lot better on my official this past weekend. Just a little bit about his past and how he got into coaching and things like that. But I want to be down there and be able to talk with him more so I can get to know him better. But I love the style of football that he plays, and I can't wait to get there. It's a pounding offense, run the ball, and that's what I want. That's what every offensive lineman wants right there. Smash mouth football, and that's what he's going to bring to BYU, and so I'm really excited about it.
Connor, it's a good thing to have a former offensive lineman as the OC for you. Trust me.
Absolutely.
That is a good thing. When do you plan on enrolling at BYU?
So I'm going to go on an LDS mission straight out of high school, hopefully leave at the end of June, early July, and I will enroll in the fall of 2020.
2020 it is, man.
Have you looked at the 2020 football schedule, Connor?
Only a little bit. I don't remember much of the game, so I think Stanford's on there, if I remember right. That's really the only one I remember.
All right, we're going to call out some of these games. You tell us what goes through your mind.
At Stanford's last game. So let's start with it. At Utah. That's a nice way to start the season.
Yeah.
Michigan State, at Arizona State, at Minnesota. Utah State, Houston, at Northern Illinois, at Boise State, San Diego State, at Stanford. I don't see an easy game on there. That's awesome. What do you think of the schedules that BYU plays?
Oh, I mean, being independent, it allows us to play new teams every year. And so it's fun to be able to go to those places, and having a tough schedule is definitely what you want. You don't want to come out and play a bunch of easy teams and then not be prepared when you have to play the big teams. So I really like how they've done the scheduling in the past and how it looks in the future. So I'm excited to play in those big games. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Connor, how would you describe yourself as a football player if you had to explain what you do to, I don't know, let's say an NFL scout?
Never really thought about that, to be honest with you. I think that I'm athletic for an offensive lineman, and I do really well in pass protection. My run blocking, I feel like, was really good my senior year. I definitely made major improvements from my junior year to senior year in the run blocking category. And I feel like I'm versatile. I can play all 5 of the offensive line positions if need be. And yeah, I think that's what I would say to them.
What's your preferred position at 6'6", 295? Are you a tackle?
Yeah. Yep. Tackle's what I've played most of my life. I played a little center and guard when I was younger, but only tackle in high school.
Left tackle?
And I really love tackle. I played right and left.
So he's been around. Connor, hey, it's great to talk to you, man.
Absolutely.
Very well spoken.
Thank you.
You're making me feel like my life is very immature.
Well, he is world class. It goes to Lone Peak.
Oh.
No, we appreciate the time, man, and look forward to having you at BYU, of course, after your 2-year mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Thanks, Connor.
Yeah, no problem.
Connor Pay on the Deseret First Credit Union Hotline. Deseret First, your values, your timeline, your financial future.